Hi, fellow libertarians. It's Susan Stanley here, your current chairperson. And as we prepare for our annual elections, which include both our chairperson, my position right now, and our secretary, and then any other annual positions that would want to come up for leadership, we wanted to give to you a State of the Affiliate address. So during the past 2 years, over my term as chair, we've put in a considerable amount of energy into ceasing our previous back and forth style of motion and activity where, although we had 40 active volunteers who were invested and were busy doing stuff, we essentially were going nowhere fast. You know, picture that rocking chair, lots of motion, but we didn't seem to get to be where we wanted to be. We were not running as many candidates for office as we wanted. We weren't holding the elected officials accountable as much as we wanted. Heck, we even struggled to connect with each other and to even share our documents so that we could get our jobs done. So we started my term as chair by gathering the leadership team and updating our vision. We wanted to change this from that of an unproductive rocking chair to one of a zooming race car. We had volunteers who spent many hours reviewing and adapting our vision, our goals, our strategic plan, our financial goals. We've updated our records from spiral notebooks. We literally found spiral notebooks with handwritten signatures, and that's how it was tracked, to a digital database where everything has access to all of our individuals and our leaders who are actually working with a team of volunteers to get stuff done. We've updated our logos from the old blue and white and Statue of Liberty to the current like eagle torches that you see, and the gold and the gray and the black from the LP, and even the little torch. We've implemented a group of chats up on our band. So every libertarian in Hillsborough County can participate. It doesn't matter if you're someone who works the night shift, if you're someone who works Monday through Friday, if you're someone who's in retail and works all sorts of crazy hours, you know. We want your opinion to be heard. We want you to be able to communicate and be a part of this solution. We need your ideas. We need your energy. So putting the conversation on band gives us the ability to do just that. We've implemented text messaging with Mighty Text. It helps us to get the word across immediately if we're having to change locations, because like one time we were at Chuck's Windmill Tap House and the electricity went out, so we had to go across the street to Babe's Pizza. So it gives us the opportunity to do that. We've established some online fundraising accounts. So now you can just go online and click the donate button, and that way you can donate whenever, wherever you wanted. What else have we done? We've updated our current website, and we are looking forward to this next big thing. When we get done with this fundraising effort, you guys, this next website that it's behind the scenes, it's just not live right now. We're paying $5 a month to keep it in status zone so we can work on it, but we can't wait to bring it live. We've linked into some powerful leadership and volunteer trainings from all across the nation, things we've done online, things we've driven to Orlando for, things that we've had come and hosted where they came here. We've been building our network and our community, and we continue to grow every single month. Do you know that right now we've actually exceeded over 2,600 libertarians registered as libertarians right here in our own Hillsborough County? We also have close to 1,000 NPAers, non-party affiliated people who believe in the libertarian platform, who back us with our libertarian principles, but their own personal belief system helps them to say, I don't want to be registered with the duopoly, but I don't want to be registered with any political party. So they're registered MPA, and they still are connecting with us. They've been some of our greatest volunteers, and in some cases, like in Brian Zamina, actually flipped to libertarian to run as a candidate for Florida House. So we want to keep really connected to those libertarian-leaning non-party voters. We participated in some successful events and issue-based political actions. You know, we participated in stopping the tolling of the Howard Franklin Bridge. We all put on our yellow and we stood at either end, and nobody has a toll on Howard Franklin Bridge right now. We are a very aggressive part of the efforts that made the Florida Department of Transportation completely revise their plan and then eventually cancel and give up on their plan to toll the I-275, eliminate 6 exits going into Tampa, and totally went from TBX to TB Next to they gave up, and now they're trying to toll I-75 down by Apollo Beach. And that's our current effort right now on the toll program. We participated heavily in the Legalize It movement to provide medicinal marijuana right here in the state of Florida, and we're still working on current efforts to regulate it like alcohol. We participated in the efforts to restore voting rights to the nonviolent felons that have already served their time. In fact, while the local DNRs at Duopoly are attempting to freak out and scare all of our local voters with fear-based messaging, we as libertarians take a much different approach. We're striving to educate, to empower, to motivate, to appeal to the common sense of the voters right here in Hillsborough County. Our solutions improve individual lives. They present opportunities for business owners to make our community a better place for people to shop. You know, everything that we're working on is going to make our Hillsborough County community a more free, a more prosperous for everybody within our county. You know, we are so proud of our libertarian candidates who ran for public office during these last 2 years. Each of our candidates courageously challenged the two-party system. Where their local Libertarian Party right here, we struggled with communication and funding issues, and it was very difficult for us to get behind even our own Libertarian candidates because we didn't have volunteers that were trained in knocking on doors or making phone calls or dialing for dollars or trained to get out the vote. We've been working really, really hard to coordinate to get all these things taken care of so that won't happen to candidates we choose to run in the future. You know, these candidates were so awesome. They stood up at public forums. They shared the libertarian ideas. They canvassed their own neighborhoods and their areas that they were running for. They stood outside public venues. They participated in interviews. They attended our meetings, the libertarian meetings, to share their message and to inspire other fellow libertarians. So we want to say a big thank you to Brian Zemina and all of his team, everybody who helped with the whole campaign series last year. Now, we've talked about a lot of our exciting wins, and we do. We have some good things to celebrate, guys, so let's revel in those. But we still have a lot more to do, a lot more to accomplish. And this burden's not going to be light and frivolous, although we can have fun and whistle while we work. But the burden is going to be heavy. We have a huge, strong duopoly right here in Tampa Bay and all throughout Hillsborough County. And we are going to need to work hard to be able to conquer that. But as Hillsborough County continues to be one of the counties with the strongest number of libertarians and NPA connections in the state of Florida, and the state of Florida continues to be one of the top states, not only with registered libertarians, but with libertarians actually serving in office, then we as Hillsborough Libertarians can be strong. We need to be demonstrating to the rest of the libertarians across this nation that Hillsborough Libertarians know how to freely come together, to willingly share the workload, to voluntarily donate dollars to accomplish what is necessary to create a brighter future for our children, for our children's children, and for what is still to be one of the greatest nations on this planet. So we, as the Hillsborough Libertarians, are asking you to get together with us. We are asking you to open up your wallets and to donate to us and to help us to accomplish these goals. We're asking you to get involved. We're asking you to maybe dial 10 numbers this month. You know, it's not that hard, but we can't do it without you. So, if we ask you to join us, what's next? Well, I'll tell you what's next. We've got some exciting things coming on, and we need you and your participation. We need to implement the desired CRM system, the thing that tracks all of our voters, our donors, and our volunteers. We need to secure a regular monthly meeting location for our second Tuesday Libertarian affiliate meetings. You know, we were at the Village Inn and we outgrew it. I mean, we literally were having 40, 45, and 50 people showing up at a meeting that the room only held 25 to 28. We had to move. We found a bigger place. That place got sold off. Then we moved to Brandon and that place got remodeled. So we're looking for that new location. We want the location to have the ability to have internet, to have the screen, because we have speakers and we have presentations. We need to secure a storage facility. Better yet, office space. Wouldn't that be great? Could you see us at like the Tampa Co-work or something? So we had not only a place for our table and chairs, but our Easy Up and our postcards, and all of our leaders could have access to it. We would love to get, access to a room. Do you own a business? Do you have an extra office that's not being used? Could you, rent it out to us for $1 for a 2-year period of time? We would love that. Please talk to us. But we need at least a minimum of a storage facility, because as we've been taking this seriously, we now have a folding table. We have 2 chairs. We're in the current process of getting an Easy Up and banners so that when we show up out at all these events that we actually have the stuff we need to pass out, flyers and bumper stickers and postcards and things like that. We need to rent booths at these events. We need the booth at the recreational marijuana fest that's going to be coming up. We need booths at the gun shows and at different festivals that are happening. Those booths can run us $200, $250 a booth, so that ends up being about $2,000 each time. What else? We need to pay for websites and mailboxes and emails so that you guys can connect to us, and the cell phone and the voicemail box and all the stuff that comes with it. That's about $800 over the course of the 2-year term. We need to purchase the next set of postcards and the postage that gets associated with that, because when you register Libertarian in Hillsborough County, we're sending you a postcard and it's handwritten on the back. It says, "Thank you for joining the Hillsborough Libertarian Party. We look forward to connecting with you. Here's an event that's coming up, and we, come on out." It welcomes them. And that's part of how we're growing so fast, is because we are trying to connect to people. But that takes money. So we need to provide training for all of our things. We were talking earlier about running our candidates. We need training we have a great trainer named Dennis who will come out and talk to us about canvassing. We have trainers that help us with how to make phone calls. We have trainers that help us with dial for dollars. We have trainers that help with Robert's Rules of Order, because we are having to use parliamentary procedures to get things done at our business meetings, and many people aren't familiar with that. We need to find donations for our next county-wide conference. That happens every February. We really want to be open to the public. We want people to be able to come to, even if it's just something that's like at the public library and it's just come learn about us. We want speakers. And a lot of them guys are going to actually donate their speaking time, but they're flying here. They're eating here. They're sleeping here. So we either need you to open up your home and share your guest room and drive them around and be willing to feed them. And often speakers are uncomfortable with that. They don't know the people. They want to know where they're at. So what do we try and do? We try and provide them a reasonable per diem for transportation to get here, a hotel room, and food. So it might only be $100, but it helps offset the cost so that they're not taking the whole fee and doing everything for us for free. So we need to be responsible. We talk about liberty is freedom with responsibility. That's our responsibility. If we want speakers to come and share, we need to be able to offset at least their cost, if not pay them for speaking. We need volunteers to do just the silly things that happen on a regular basis. We need volunteers to help greet people when they come in the door at the meetings. We need people to help with our Instagram and our Facebook and our Twitter and all of our social media sites. We need canvassers to knock on the doors of the people that we do not have emails and phone ad numbers for. And we need people who can send emails and make phone calls to talk to the people to find out what's important to them. So are you willing to make phone calls? Are you willing to send emails? Are you willing to knock on doors? We need this. Are you willing to work at polls? Today is actually a day for the city of Tampa to be voting for their mayor. So Are you someone who can stand there at a poll and help greet people and let people know who our libertarian candidates are? Are you willing to help us vet and find and promote the candidates that we would want to promote? We have a voter's guide that comes out regularly. We would love to have you help people with that. We would love to phone fellow libertarians and connect them with the current affiliate. There's so many people that are libertarians that don't even know we're here and we're active and how they can get involved. You know, at 2,600 libertarians, that's a lot of libertarians to touch base with on a regular basis. But if you just be responsible for, 20 or 30 near you, then wow, just imagine what we can do. We also like to host socials in all 4 areas of the Board of County Commissioner districts, 1, 2, 3, and 4. We like to make sure there's socials floating around. So wherever you are, because Hillsborough County is so large, guys. I mean, it is huge. So we need to be able to reach out to people where they're at. We have an old geezer social that happens usually sometime early supper time. They usually start around 4 o'clock. I've gotten there at 6:30 and they're closing up and heading out. They're not a late night crowd, but they are the group that originally started this Libertarian Party at Hillsborough County affiliate. And there is some wealth of knowledge from old geezers gathering there. So Tyson hosts that one, and I hope that if you find that on the calendar of events and it's something you can make, that you go in and learn wisdom from these guys. Kevin has what he calls his Feisty Fridays, and they're usually someplace that serves alcohol, and they get a little feisty in talking about politics because that group is hosted by Kevin and the shit stirrers. So if you're someone who likes to stir up trouble and hold elected officials accountable, that might be the group that you want to go out and join that social. There's some women who get together for, mimosas, not every month, but probably about every other month. That's kind of a good morning mimosa for ladies and coffee. That's kind of fun. We need volunteers to attend the county meetings and the city meetings and the school board meetings for multiple things. One, we need to know what's going on at all those meetings, and no one volunteer can be every place every time. So do you have a child in the school system and you're going to the county school board? Please send us an update. Be our representative. Be our voice in our eyes and our ears. Let us know what they're doing. Sometimes we just find the information out just too little too late to do anything about it. And other times we want people there fighting. We need you. We need you right now to get involved, to share your ideas, to share your enthusiasm, to help out. Now is the time for Hillsborough Libertarians to staff that pit crew that we were talking about. We're no longer going from that rocking chair back and forth. We're in the race car and we're driving. So we need the pit crew of volunteers that make things happen. We need the drivers, which are our candidates who'll be driving our car that everybody gets to see. And we need the fuel that fuels that race car's engine. And that's the donations. We need donations. As we enter this next 2-year cycle, 2019 and 2020, we are going to have all sorts of elections happening right here at the county level. Many of them are nonpartisan positions. Nobody's going to even know you're a libertarian. You're going to be out there running and building a name. And if you're someone who's interested in, say, running for Florida House or Florida Senate or something in the future, this is a great way for you to build up your experience on different little projects and different little positions that are moving up the ladder. It gives us, as the Libertarian Party of Hillsborough County, the opportunity to train our volunteers how to support you to do that. So we have tons of elections that are going to be happening from the county commissioner level to the city council level to the school board to soil and water and Plant City, Temple Terrace, Tampa City, tons of positions that we're going to need you to run for office for. So I am asking you today to stand boldly as a Hillsborough Libertarian. I'm asking you to join me in contributing $100 this year to the Hillsborough Libertarians to help us reach our goal of $7,265 that we need to get this stuff accomplished. It's going to help us. We need you to help us secure the sponsors for our next year's big event. That's $3,400. That may be just 7 voluntary contributions from business donors of $500. That gets us there. But that's what secures our spot. I'm asking you to donate some of your time this year. It could be some of your efforts this year so that you can help make Hillsborough County a county where we voluntarily live the libertarian lifestyle that we dream of. That the people here understand that with freedom comes responsibility, and we are willing to put our money, our time, and our effort where we live. That's important, people. A lot of people want to sit there and just whine, gonna complain, what the Libertarian Party should do, who everybody should, but you know what? It's those people that suit up and show up and support that make the difference and make it happen. So if you're not already involved with our local Libertarian affiliate right here in Hillsborough County, I invite you to go to our website and click the Join tab. Our website is HillsboroughLibertarians.org. Not hard, huh? HillsboroughLibertarians.org. Click on the Join tab. Fill out the information. Someone from our welcoming committee will get back in touch with you. Attend one of the next socials that are happening near you. Our events and everything is on that same website, HillsboroughLibertarians.org. We encourage you to come on out, to get to know us, to get to meet us. And you know what? When you're on that website, you're going to see links that say join the conversation, find us on band, join the group. We have a group, the Friends of Hillsborough Libertarians and supporters. Everybody who is pro-libertarian, whether you're registered libertarian or not, is welcome to jump in on that conversation. It's going to be talking about who's working the gun fair booth. It's going to be talking about who's showing up at the open carry. It's going to be talking about who's bringing what to the potluck this Sunday with elections, hint, hint. Okay, so these are all important things that are going on. So join the band discussions. You know, there's another one that says Libertarian Party members only, and those are for our active volunteers, our active leaders, our people who are registered libertarian, who want to have a say-so in what their local party is doing. Now, to get on that one and to vote for what the political party is doing and accomplishing and spending its dollars on, you do need to be registered libertarian. We love the MPAers, we love working with you, but you know, if you're not a party member, you don't get to decide where the party goes. That's just basics, okay? So we invite you to join the Libertarian Party of Hillsborough, register LPF, and then have some say-so with what we're doing as a party. That will make our day better and your day better and all of the county better. So our business meetings happen on the second Sunday of every month. If you're someone who really wants to have a say-so in what's going on in the party, do the meeting on Zoom. So you can actually be anywhere, and you can use your smartphone, you can use the computer, you can also just call in like a conference call. Now, the problem to get into that one is you actually do have to register to get on that call. Call to order starts at 7:30. We invite everybody to show up at 7 because 7 to 7:30 is our getting to know you, say hi, doing chit chat. The actual business meeting at 7:30, when it gets called to order, functions very professionally. It's bam, 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 bam. Here's our motions. Is it amended? Is it accepted? You know, we're going through the system. The business meeting is not the time to have a social. That's why we have most of our socials during the month on other times. That way you can talk. You can chit chat about whatever's important to you. You can say, hey, we should do this. Well, great. Lobby for it all month long on band and chat about stuff. Because when we come to that business meeting, we want to go through your motions. Speaking of motions, we actually do ask that you submit the motions from your committee or committee chair at least the week prior, because we like to summarize them, send them out the week prior to the meeting, which if you're a Hillsborough Libertarian email list, you just got an email last weekend giving you what we're going to be talking about this next weekend. If you're interested in being part of the leadership squad and doing that with us, just let us know you want to be a leadership and what you want to get involved in. I want you to be involved. I want you to stand boldly as a libertarian. Stand on these platforms. Let's see if I can do this. I'm at my little podium. So we want you to stand up, be strong, be involved as a libertarian. March your march, walk your walk. Proudly say I'm libertarian, and I'm proudly libertarian from Hillsborough County, Florida. We can do this, guys. We can do this. And I know if we get you involved, it's going to make the difference. So come join us, HillsboroughLibertarians.org, for all the calendars, all the info, everything you need to know. Peace out, guys. It's Susan, your Hillsborough Libertarian Party chairperson for 2017-2018, going into elections with the State of the Affiliate Address.